playing hurt the past 2 games with a hand injury, Micah Parsons finally off the Cowboys injury report. He told reporters yesterday, quote, he's now going to be a full go, no club. And he did admit, yeah, playing with that club on his hand, that has been pretty challenging. Shannon, now, what do you expect from a healthy Micah Parsons going forward?
Man, I knew playing with that drumstick was going to be a problem, Skip. There's a reason why you got 2 hands. I mean, try to put one hand behind your back and try to do all your normal activities. Now try to go out there on the football field and try to be an NFL football player, but not just a guy, the guy.
Yep.
So, look, Skip, I wouldn't say that Michael Parsons had a sophomore slump because he's basically the same number that he had last year. But I think everybody thought coming based off what he did his rookie season, coming into this season, understanding the game a lot better, he would probably check. Now, through the first 12 games, he had 12 sacks. He was second in the league in sacks. And over the last 4, he has 1 sack. And now
last 5, I think.
Okay, last 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So Nick Bosa has taken off, and now he's odds-on favorite, a prohibited favorite to be Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
And he said he was chasing Rookie of the Year. Well, don't get caught up in chasing Defensive Player of the Year, because what will happen is they'll use that against you, because you're supposed to have the back and you try to get a sack. They dump it to the back and he's hauling tail down the field. What teams have been able to do, Skip, if that's what you try to do to a receiver, or what they did to T.O. Try to take him away early, get him frustrated. Now we got him for the rest of the game, as opposed to him catching passes early and having us for the rest of the game. Yeah. So what they do, they chip him, they double him, they even triple him if they have to. He gets frustrated. Now, don't give up your passing lane. If you're supposed to be rush outside, stay outside. Don't try to look bad. I see that crease in there. Let me loop inside to get that. Now, just play your responsibility. The sacks will come. Because what you're doing is that now put the pressure on D-Law. Put the pressure on Dorrance Armstrong. Hey, bro, what's going on? Yeah. They doubling me over here. Somebody got to be one-on-one. Yeah. Somebody got to win. Because that's what I used to tell Ed and Rob when I was in Denver. Hey, I'm double. Somebody getting single coverage. Somebody got to win.
Nobody else has been winning.
So that's the way you got to do it. And that's what has happened, Skip. Yeah, when you get an injury, now you got a drumstick in one hand. What you supposed to do? You kind of neutralize.
He actually played pretty well with it. I thought he had some impact even despite.
But what you go grab? What you go grab?
Can't grab. You just have to smash.
So that's the thing, Skip. I just think the thing is that he's a little frustrated now because the game had really come easy to him. You look at the way he took the game over last year. I mean, Skip, in a rookie season, people are already comparing this guy to LT. Not his 5th year in the league, not his 8th or 9th year, his rookie year. And so the expectations were through the. I think that's the thing, Skip. That's us. That's not him. He's had a very good season. 13 sacks is a very good season. It's because the expectations you and others that have up here.
Guilty as charged.
Because you was like, I think he might break that record this year. I think he has a chance to do that.
Why not? We had a video made.
Yes.
DJ Steve Porter, the great DJ Steve, strikes again.
Yep.
11 from heaven. My oh Micah. Loved it. Regret it. Put a lot of heat on this kid pretty early, and he was not able of late to live up. He got off to a great start. Got Brady twice in the opener.
He did.
Remember that? He's had 6 other games of double digit, 2 sacks.
2 sacks, yeah.
But last 5, he's been pretty quiet. Got one early at Jacksonville, and then that was the end of that deal. All right. I still love this kid with heart and soul. I still believe in 11 from heaven, and I do weirdly, deep down, believe that my teams are going to go as far as he and the defense takes the team in the end.
Okay.
But I cannot tell a lie. I don't love the narrative I keep hearing from him because he keeps talking about how beat up he is, and I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's the game you play. It's just what it is. Yeah. They're all beat up.
Yeah. You better be. If you a good player, you beat up.
You're beat up. We're to week, what, 17?
17, 18,
I'm sorry, 18. Yeah, week 18. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so guilty as charged again. After Green Bay, we're up 28-14 going to the 4th. Dak disappeared, but so did these guys.
Right.
They all disappeared.
Yeah.
28-14, and we get the ball 4 times and don't score another point. But Aaron Bleepin went off on us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was outraged the next day, and I pounded the side of the table about the breakdown of the play because they let him rush the passer 7 total times in that game, and 41 other times he lined up at some linebacker spot where he wasn't up on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
41-7, I was out of my mind.
Right.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That script got flipped, and I'm not taking credit for that. I just think they saw the light and said, well, he is that.
Right.
He's that guy. He's arguably the best pure pass rusher in the game since Vaughn is now, unfortunately, out.
Right.
Because Vaughn is still way up there.
Right.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But Skip, if I'm Micah, that's what I take solace in. Von Miller has never led the league in sacks.
No.
But come playoff time, is his presence not felt? Go back and look at the 2015 when they went to the Super Bowl, and you look at LeVon in those playoffs. You look at him against New England. You look at him against Carolina.
Especially against Cam.
Go back and look at the tape last year.
Go back. He was it.
So don't get so caught up. And man, I ain't lead the league, and I ain't lead. LeVon has never been the defensive player of the year.
No.
But I think he'd rather have Super Bowl MVP than defensive player of the year.
You got it. Okay, since the Green Bay game, guess what?
What?
Micah Parsons has now logged 336 snaps at defensive end.
Right.
Not hand on the ground,
Right.
but
he's
on the
mainly a stand-up.
It's stand-up. 336 pass rushing, just 18 at linebacker dropping into coverage.
Right.
336-18 is everything that
That's what
I
you
pounded
wanted.
for.
That's what you wanted. And
Be careful what you wish for, because all I hear from him is, boy, I'm beat up, man. I'm beat up. Well, does he not have his man body just yet? He doesn't have an LT body, I can tell you that, because LT was like a man's man.
Well, I just think the thing is, Skip, Skip, you don't know what you don't know. When you're young, Skip, I used to see the old vet guys, the Carl Mecklenburgs, the Dennis Smith getting in the cold tub. I said, man, what the hell y'all doing getting that? Man, Skip, I get in the shower, throwing my clothes, I'm out of there. By year 3, year 4,
you're with them.
I'm in the cold tub. Before practice.
By the way, Carl Mecklenburg, as a pass rusher, as a defensive demon, he could play.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. So, Skip, so now I just think the thing is he needs to get an understanding. There's more to playing football than just rushing the quarterback in meetings. It's maintenance. You've got to take care of your body. You've got to get that. You've got to get that lactic acid and that soreness out, so you can perform at a high level. So get you a PT. Get you a massage therapist. Get you somebody that's going to work on your body.
PT is physical therapist.
So to make sure, Skip, everything is in balance. So when you out there, Skip, this is like a race car. They got somebody that's checking everything. Hey, they're putting the gas in. They got tires. They're checking how the thing is performing. You're a race car, Micah Parsons, and you got to perform at a high level every single time, or you're going to lose laps. You're going to get down. Agreed.
Now, for the good news and the bad news.
What's the good news?
The club, as you call it.
The drumstick.
Drumstick. It's like a soft cast.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, which he wore last week at Tennessee. It was on Thursday night.
Right.
I was shook up because I'm thinking you got a broken bone.
Right.
Because that's usually why you wear that.
Correct.
And if it's broken now, it's going to stay broken through the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, I got to watch the drumstick operate for the rest of the playoffs.
You do.
Yet now it comes out yesterday, the Dallas Morning News reports, he's not going to wear it because it was a laceration of the hand as opposed to a broken bone.
Oh, okay.
Well.
So is that why he had the bandage on with LeBron? Remember he had in the photo?
He did. He had
and we like, well,
little one.
Yeah, right. And so, okay.
Okay,
so is it in the palm or is it on the top?
I don't know. He wouldn't divulge.
Okay.
But at least it was cut as opposed to broken.
Right.
And I, for one, will take cut right now as opposed to broken. So the good news is that you should be...
You should be fine.
You should be two-handed going forward, right?
Right.
The bad news is I don't even know why you had to wear that because that's probably a little much for that.
How big was the laceration? Was it a Tom Brady? Now, obviously, Tom Brady can't wear drumsticks, Skip, because he got to throw the football.
Remember the story that he told? Again, you could say it's apocryphal, but he said he got 12 stitches. This is on Wednesday ahead of the AFC Championship game against Jacksonville at Foxborough.
Right.
And then he said they tried to wrap it, And he said he was in the tunnel about to run onto the field
Right.
for the introductions or however they did it.
Right.
And he just was fidgeting with it and just ripped it off and
Right.
said, I'm just going to go with the stitches exposed.
Right.
Okay. And he threw for 124 in the fourth
Right.
quarter. Remember, they're down 20-10 and
Yeah.
they roared back and won
Correct.
the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know how big a deal it was. Whatever. Here's what I know from covering your sport for too long is the guys who are always talking about hurt, they just stay hurt. and the more you talk about it, the worse it gets because you just get it in your psyche and you are who you tell yourself you are, right? If you suggest to your psyche, I'm just hurt, man. I hurt. I can't even get out of bed. Then you're not going to be able to get out of bed.
I just think the thing is, Skip, he'll get a team. I think he has the right people around him. He'll get a team, a nutritionist, get him a chef, put the best foods into his body.
Yeah.
Make sure he gets his proper rest. Get hyperbaric chamber, cold tub. Get massage. Get it stretched. Do all those things.
I got it. I just feel like I have been responsible for pushing him into a corner of having to defend himself by making little bitty sort of between the lines excuses about I'm beat up.
Well, here's the thing, though, Skip. If you'd have just let him be Michael Parsons and not be Lawrence Taylor, he'd be fine.
I got it because I did think he was entering in the conversation.